All right, y'all, so my Wisconsin 65 horsepower motor finally came in. I've been keeping this one a secret, hadn't really posted anything on Instagram about it, but this is kind of my insurance policy for my 665 stump grinder. If that motor goes bad, this is the exact same motor. I can take it and swap it out. In the meantime, I think what I'm going to do, I've got the idea that I'm going to pull the power take off the back of this, and that'll make this pretty narrow. And I think I'm going to put this big bad boy on my 222 Vermeer stump grinder. So that's like the smallest self-propelled stump grinder that Vermeer used to make. Most of y'all are probably familiar with a 252. Mine's a 222. I don't know if it's like pre-production of the 252 or a smaller model. I don't know. It looks just like a 252. Maybe it came with a 22 horsepower versus the 25. I don't really know, but I'm thinking about slapping this bad boy on it. So I do, as you know on the channel, I do have the Rayco 37, RG 37 horsepower. Big machine as far as size compared to my 222, and a whole lot more power with that 37 horse. I want to put a diesel motor on it. The diesel motors that I want are ranging from like 45 to 51, 59 horsepower, but they're anywhere from 5 grand to about 10 grand, depending on which ones you get. The 5 grand could be a 51 horsepower, and the 59 horsepower can be 10 grand because they slap a turbo on the side of it and it jumps up 5 grand. It's a little ridiculous. With this bad boy right here, like I said, they're not as common as they used to be, but people don't really like them because they're old and somewhat problematic. This one may end up being problematic just like my other one was. My other one had a fuel issue and ended up going to a starter issue. Once I got them 2 issues figured out, it runs flawless. This one was supposed to be a good running pull out, and they cut every cable and cord they could when they pulled it out. The starter looks brand spanking new. I don't even know why you would put that up there and not run it. I don't. But anyway, these things are going for about 2,000 to 3,000, so half the price of the diesel, and even more horsepower. Now in stump grinding, you want torque. Horsepower is cool because it's how fast we can get that wheel up and spinning, and how big of a wheel we can spin. Torque is how big of a chunk we can take out of that stump at a time and still keep the wheel spinning. That's what torque is. Gas versus diesel, when you get into that range, it's not that big of a difference between a gas 65 and then a 51 horsepower diesel. The torque's gonna be, for the price, I paid $1,700 for this. It was a make an offer, but the other ones that were for sale were going for about $2,800 to $3,000. It said make an offer, and I jumped at $1,700. I threw it out there. The guy took it right away. So $2,100, and it's sitting here in my front yard. I didn't have to go pick it up. I didn't have to go meet anybody. It's right here. So here's the plan. Like we had talked about, I want to put this on that Vermeer 222. That 222 is very well beat up, and I have no problem cutting it up and customizing it. So if I slap this 65 horsepower on it, I'll weld anywhere on it, cut whatever I need to. It's a 1-wheel steering the back. I have the 2-wheel drive steering system from my RG 37 that I will weld on the back of that. And then I want to duplicate the swing out console that my RG 37 has. Basically, it'd be the same machine as the RG 37 with a bigger motor, but it wouldn't be 4-wheel drive, but it would be an awesome backup. It's a backup right now, but I really don't want to use it because it's got a clapped out 25 horsepower on it. But with this bad boy, I wouldn't be afraid to break that thing out and chew up some stumps. Got a lot going on right now, working on the rental house. Hopefully we can get that done here in the next month or so and get somebody in it, and that will free up a lot more time for me. We can save up the money and go ahead and get the diesel. And now that I'll have this as a go-to backup, I can take that RG 37 and take my time and do it right, do an awesome machine, and then that machine would last me a lifetime. The diesel motor I want to go with the RG 37 is a Kubota, probably the V2 403, say 49 to 51 horsepower, depending on how you look at it and what version it comes in. But that is what I want to go to for that.